Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Red Divide. I'm Mark. Joining me as always, it's the Scouser, Mr. Ray. How are you feeling after that glorious result in Europe?
I'm still licking my wounds. I'm still extremely disappointed, finding it very difficult to get over the loss, being knocked out of Europe, being the best team in the league stages. It's very unfortunate that we met PSG in the round of 16. But hey, if you want to win the competition, you have to play the best teams. And it is what it is.
Look, over the two legs, hell of an exhibition from the two of you. As much as I hate Liverpool, we got to say that you guys really showed up. You guys played well. Away at PSG, you didn't deserve to win that game. Was a snatch and grab, but that's football, right? You scored that goal at the death there when they were all on top of you and they should have scored a couple of goals.
More than a couple of goals.
They came back to Anfield and they were then fortunate to get a goal. And you guys wasted some opportunities and should have probably scored. But I think over the two legs, unfortunately, I would say for you is PSG were the better team, I think. Just how dominant they were in PSG. In France, and how dominant they were maybe in the first half against you guys at Anfield. Where second half, I think it was all you guys. In general, I think if you had to divide it into quarters, they had 3 quarters to 1, in my opinion, from what I saw. And yeah, it was just unfortunate. As you say, if it was a final and maybe that first leg was the final, you would have beat them in a one-off game. But over 2 legs, I think they just showed they are, right now they're flying, and they're probably the better team in Europe. Just not by much, and yeah, I'm pretty happy to say that and to see that.
I'm sure you are. But you know what? I have to agree with you. In the first leg, I wasn't happy with the tactics that Slotted, adapted defending. I said it in the last podcast that I hope Liverpool show up and are more aggressive. And, the first game, they were all over us like a bad rash. Alisson was man of the match. He made 9 top saves. The first game, they deserved to win that game, hands down. But the second game, Makas, we were so aggressive in that game. We were winning the second ball. The first half, they maybe had 10 minutes in the first half where they pushed ball. Other than that, we pushed Trent Alexander and Robertson right up against Hakimi and Mendes. They didn't have the time and space like they had in the first leg. We had the desire. We had the first 5 minutes, Salah had 2 opportunities that he would normally score any other game. You know what? I think maybe it was just the occasion and nerves, or maybe a lack of concentration. But we wasted a lot of chances. We should have scored more. Unfortunately, we didn't. We hit the crossbar. We hit the post. It went through to 90 into extra time. And if I'm honest, over the 90, we probably deserved more out of that game. But in the 2 halves of extra time, PSG was definitely the better team. I think they had more energy levels than what we had. And yeah, it's a bit tough to go out on penalties, but they were more clinical at the end of the day. Their keeper made 2 great saves. Our penalties, unfortunately weren't the best. And extremely disappointed to be going out at this stage of the competition. But, we have a final to look forward to, and we're still fighting for the Premier League with a little bit of a cushion there. So I think I'll just count my blessings while I have them.
Yeah, and another good thing is you'll lose the Carabao Cup final this Sunday, so it's all good. It's been a fantastic week to be a Liverpool fan, I think.
You know what? At the end of the day, I don't expect you to want Liverpool to win, but I think that will be a great game for the neutral, the final. But it is what it is. Onwards and upwards. United showing up for a change in Europe. My goodness, what a performance. You must be delighted with that.
I don't want to get too excited. Because now United will go struggle against Leicester this weekend. You know what I mean? That's how we play this season. So, yeah, look, it was nice to see when we conceded that first goal. I was like, you got to be kidding me. This is how we're starting. And then we replied right away with a penalty as well. And then we got another penalty just before half time. I was like, geez, 3 penalties in a game, and then we got another penalty. And yeah, there was 3-1, and then Bruno on a hat trick.
What a finish!
Oh, beautiful, beautiful finish. Good for him. Really happy for him. He faces a lot of stick from you, from many others. And again, it's not about his football. It's about his antics, and I get it. But yeah, he's probably the
captain's performance.
He's the heart and soul of United at the moment, because it just shows he cares. He gets frustrated, and maybe it's not the right way to do it. But yeah, it was a great performance from him. The whole team really played pretty decently, pretty well. So I was happy to see that. Even I remember Delo allowing one of the Real Sociedad players to nick the ball off him at the byline and put in a cross, and Casemiro came just before he could put that cross in.
Sliding
in, took the dude out. He stood right up and he just
staring at Delo. I saw that.
Don't mess up like that. Don't put us under the pressure for no reason. They just gave him that death look. It was great to see. And that's what you want. You want that passion. And that's something we've lacked of late. So maybe this is the start of some passion. But again, I don't get too ahead of myself. I've seen United play this season. It's been rough. So, yeah, let's see what happens. We should be one of the favourites to win Europa League. We are, on paper, one of the better teams, and our history should, we should really go for it. It's a Europa League, man. What are you talking about? Look at your face.
It's Man United we're talking about. You're 14th in the log. You've had the season of all seasons. Come on.
Yeah, but, a lot of teams that win the Europa don't really do well in the league. Same as Champions League. Normally a team that wins the Champions League doesn't really win the league. We've spoken about that. So it's tricky, although we've done really bad in England versus Europe. We still, you want to hear something? We're still the only undefeated team in Europe. How wild is that? We're sitting 14th, but we're undefeated in Europe.
Yeah, but we have to look at the opposition that you've come up against. Come on.
Sure.
Who have you played in the Europa League that is worth mentioning here? You can't even think of one.
I'm trying to think back who we had in the group, and I'm like, geez, I don't even remember those teams.
Yeah.
Look, it's not the Champions League, right? So it's not quite the same. But yeah, I think that still every other team's lost a game. We haven't. That's still something to say, So somehow Ruben Amorim's system works in Europe. Long may it continue. Because as we mentioned on before, if United can somehow win the Europa League and find ourselves in the Champions League next season, man, that gives him a great kickstart to the season. Also allows him to attract talent for the following season. We're in the Champions League, so come on in and play in the greatest competition in Europe. And he gets time, man. I think that buys him even more time. But we know he's going to get next season. I just think it'd be great for him if he's in the finest tournament in Europe, and he's got the players that are eager to play in there.
You don't really have anything else to play for. It's only the Europa League. The league is gone. The chances of you getting relegated, I think you have a little bit of a cushion. That's not going to happen. So this is everything that you're playing for. Your whole season rests on getting a great result in the Europa League. Like you said, winning it. But I really hope and pray to the football gods you get to the semi-finals and get knocked out and just burn out energy in the league, lose a couple more games, and then we can all laugh at United at the end of the season. That would be fantastic.
I won't be laughing, and yeah, it's not going to happen. But anyway, United are going to just finish, 13th, 14th, somewhere there, whatever. It's fine. The season's gone. Forget about England. Forget about the league. It's done. But think about Europe. We have to win. We have to win Europa. It's the only way we're going to have, something to play for next season. Otherwise, we have no Europe whatsoever. I don't remember the last time United had no Europe whatsoever. So we need Europe competition. And the only way we're going to get our European competition, go win that Europa League. We've done it before. We can do it again. Wait, the funny thing is, the last time we won the Europa League, we had a Portuguese manager. Here we are, fast forward 5 years, 7 years, I think it is. We have another Portuguese manager in the Europa League. Yeah, maybe it's a good omen.
You can only hope, my cuz. You can only hope. Well done for getting through to the next round. I guess it's a result that your club needed, and the boys stepped up at the end of the day. little bit disappointing that you didn't get knocked out, and this whole podcast could have gone a little bit more different, but it is what it is.
The true red team on this podcast decided to win and show everyone, what it's about. You'll get it one day.
There's only one red team, Makas. Only one. And fast forward to the end of the season, both of us will be wearing the shirt. I can't wait.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, thanks everyone for joining us.
Nice one. Great chat, Makas. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, tell your buddies about us, and catch us in the next episode. Peace.
See you guys later. Ciao.